I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. This from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
What's good, Shellitronnn here with the most smoke, no joking. I'm back again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bo-Bray Biscuit here. It's been a minute since I've done one of these videos, one of these training camp review videos. I think since I was actually in Charlotte a couple weeks ago. But we're here, we're back at it. But before we get into all of that, what happened today, let's talk about yesterday real quick. Dylan Gordon, who's the offensive lineman, I think he might have been drafted as a right guard, but there's been a lot of talk about, whether he can play right guard, whether he can play somewhere else in the line. There were reports that we were putting him just wherever on the line to see what can happen, what he can do for us. But the Panthers just put him on IR yesterday, and we claimed a center named John Yarbrough, who went undrafted and just got cut by the, was it the Browns, I think it was? And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know much about Yarbrough. It's already hard enough to do enough analysis on offensive linemen, but an undrafted offensive lineman, what can I really say about that? But I can share with you a fun fact. In the article the Panthers posted, saying that we actually signed this guy, they said he pass blocked for an offense that got 2,900 yards last year. Now, it's kind of hard thinking of little tidbits and things of news to talk about for an undrafted offensive lineman, but we probably could have left that part out. 2,900 yards ain't really a lot. That passing total ranked 26th in the FCS because he played for University of Richmond, and that passing total would have ranked 49th amongst the top 50 ranked teams in the FBS. And keep in mind, that's not to say that it would have been the 49th ranked passing offense in the country. It just would have been the 49th ranked passing offense of the top 50 teams ranked in the nation. There could have been a team that was ranked 60th in the nation overall, but put up more than 2,900 passing yards. It's not really a big deal. This guy is probably a guy who's going to be just there for camp and whatnot, but still, we have a center now, another center, which I guess does make sense since we did put an offensive lineman on IR. We go and pick up another offensive lineman. It's whatever to me. Although I will mention that when I was at camp and I saw Dylan Gordon, he did look a little bit sluggish. Now, he got put on IR for a shoulder, but there were some times during the drills I saw him moving a little slowly. There was one play in particular where it was mad hot out there, and it took him like a good 10 seconds to get up after one of the plays. And once he did get up, he made a move to go back to the huddle, and coach said, no, come over here, Dylan. And I think his day was done after that. And I won't lie to you, the day I was there, it was really hot. I gotta repeat it. And this is a perfect way to segue into today for training camp. That was a long intro. But today, the very first thing to take a note is it was hot. That thing was hot. I think I saw that it was 116 degrees Fahrenheit on the heat index. That's hot. Now, boy, that's real hot. I don't know how you do it. You're playing a sport. You got the pads on. Well, actually, they played in shells today. They weren't in full pads. And the Bills will be coming for the 2 joint practices starting on Tuesday. So we'll be seeing a lot more of the pads coming right back. And look, it get hot in Carolina. Them boys from Buffalo, New York. And now it does get a little moderate, maybe a little temperate there. But it ain't getting this hot. I promise you it's not getting this hot like it was. That Carolina weather we're going to really get to you. Now, you do remember, maybe some of y'all know this, maybe some of y'all don't, but Captain Munderland did just get signed to the Bills. I think it was today. So, hey, they got Captain. He knows about the heat, but I won't speak too much on that. I can make a video on that, but it ain't really for me to talk about my man Captain Munderland. I'm glad he got a new job, got a new paycheck. Hey, get your money, bro, because let's get your money, bro. Anyway, getting on to the news today, Cam was throwing again. I know that's what everyone's talking about first. Cam threw today. He's good to go. Now, there were some guys who were out, some guys who came back. We saw that Jordan Scarlett, who's been out with his back, did come back today. He's in shells. I don't think they're doing all that much, real workouts, but he was back. But he was also working out on the sideline with the other injured guys. So he was practicing, but not really doing the drills and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. Same with Graham Gano. He was back after dealing with a leg injury, but Jordan Slye took all the kicks today. Now, Jordan Slye is a guy who he ain't going to be on the team very long. This guy will not be on the team very long, and it's not because he is bad. It's because of the opposite. I would not be surprised if the Bears go ahead and steal Slye from us. The Ravens had a really good backup kicker, but he just got picked up today. So we could really see the Bears doing a little something because they need a kicker. They ain't got no kickers. We got 2. But I know y'all did not click on this video to hear about a kicker. Y'all want to hear about something a little bit more interesting here, and we will get to that here in a second. Now, Kevin Seymour, he was also out with a hamstring. A lot of our guys in the secondary, we need these guys to be healthy. These guys need to be healthy because that's what's going to be I think the biggest, weakest part of our team is the secondary. We do have a lot of really, really good Band-Aids and some gauze over those holes. But other than our secondary, I think every other phase of our team looks really, really strong. I mean, like from top to bottom, even the backups look really strong. So I think we need Kevin Seymour to get healthy really, really soon. Ian Thomas also missed practice today because of his ribs. He got hurt in that Bears game last Thursday. We know about all that. I think he'll be all right. We got to monitor that a little bit. But we got to be careful because remember, he didn't do anything in minicamp and we were saving him for training camp because of an injury. And now he's injured again. Not the same injury, but still we got to make sure that Ian Thomas is straight to go. Make sure he's ready to go for this year. Because, look, I'm not sure just how 100% we can depend on Greg Olsen to be healthy for the full 16. And Ian Thomas looks like the future of the tight end position in Carolina. So this guy has to be healthy, has to be good to go. I would not mind if we were, to say, look, Ian, it's all good, bro. We might put you in for the third preseason game, but from now until a week and a half from now, you ain't going to go. I'd be 100% cool with that. Look, it's not worth it to try to overextend him if he's getting injured. Make sure our assets are good for when the games actually matter. I'm cool with Ian Thomas taking it a little bit easier and getting him ready for when the money's on the line. Now moving on to the actual practice, we saw Ross Cockrell getting the free safety snaps with the ones alongside Eric Reed. Now that's mad interesting. Now we obviously know that training camp isn't just the end-all be-all and it can change from day to day. But it's really cool to see Ross Cockrell get time with the ones. Even though we did sign Trey Boston, we know Trey Boston will probably be the number one guy at free safety. Although, with us putting Ross Cockrell back there, I've been seeing I'm kind of looking at that as a really, really strong indication of the whole team, the coaching staff being confident in his skills back there. And he might be in some packages where, we might have Trey Boston start, but you might be able to see Ross Cockrell. There might be some things that Ross does better than Trey, or some things that, situationally, maybe some matchups where we see a team doing one thing. We might put Ross Cockrell in even if Trey is good to go for a couple plays. So I would not be surprised to see some of these guys moving in and out in the secondary in the same way that we see guys moving in and out in the front seven, especially in the linebacker spot. So keep an eye out for Ross Cockrell. He could be that dude. Now we saw Rashawn Gordon getting some work with the first team as well. He was playing some slot corner. So although we did see him on the depth chart for the first preseason game as the second strong safety, he is probably still fighting for that nickel spot. Now look, we already know there ain't no way that, he's not getting that free safety spot. So the coaches have already realized their mistake. It wasn't for my guy, Rashawn Gordon, to become a free safety. Experiment's over. He's probably going to be fighting for that nickel spot. I don't know if he can play strong safety. It's kind of hard to tell, but I know for a fact he can play nickel. So him, Javian Elliott, maybe even Corn Elder. I haven't seen all that much yet, but him and Javian Elliott might be the really big position battle going on in the secondary. I have a lot of faith in Javian Elliott. I have since the jump, but we'll look forward to that a little bit more. I want to see more of Javian Elliott's name called and talked about in these reports. But moving on, K'Wan Short did have 2 series today where he did not play with the first team. He didn't get the first team reps. And it was probably because of heat, maybe exhaustion, maybe some dehydration. It's hot out there. That's the biggest takeaway. Making sure these guys stay good to go, healthy, hydrated, because it's not just about big hits that can make you get injured. It can also be dehydration. You might get a little bit lazy, you might get a little lethargic, and then you might not brace yourself the right way for a hit. You might take a lazy step and twist your ankle. You might get a head-to-head collision, something like that. So you got to make sure these guys are always hydrated and looking good and feeling good when they're in that sun. It is hot, boy. But that's all I got for you today, man. Day 11 of the Carolina Panthers training camp. What are your thoughts? What's the biggest news to you so far in this offseason / preseason right now? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. We have a Facebook page now, facebook.com/Shellitronnn. We have some ways to support the channel in the description below. Check those out. There's donation links, Patreon, all that kind of stuff. There's some levels and tiers. I don't know if I can do it as good as these Twitch girl streamers we're doing. But look, there's some benefits and whatnot. Check it out if you want to support. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. And you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.